almost. And we are very, very live. How are you?
Hello. Great. Great to have you today, Meir. Very exciting.
Yes, really nice. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you. And it's really cool to have this opportunity to share you with you with my friends because of the difference you've made in my life and to see also the difference you've made in other people's life. So for those of you that most people, if you're watching Meir, you know it. For those of you who don't know, Meir is an exceptional, extraordinary human being and phenomenal businessman. What makes him really unique is his level of care, understanding, and the results that he brings to people. And I love what you said on your website, where you're a spiritual businessman, and that makes it, that makes it so impactful.
Yes.
And what's very cool to hear the stories of how you grew this company in only 3 years and established the company and sold it for $100 million when you were only 31 years. That definitely says you have something unique.
Thank you. Yes.
And the many companies you've established, the many people that I've seen, companies you've turned around, and most of all, to see the beautiful marriage that you have for 35 years with Aviva. And for sure, your kids, Hadar, Neo, Gal, are the most amazing, beautiful, beautiful human beings, smart, but genuine, caring, like loving, incredible kids. So
thank you.
Obviously, it's clear that you bring great results. I'm very curious to hear more what it is. Today, I'd like to discuss with you about overcoming financial distress, because that's what a lot of people are struggling with.
Yeah, yeah.
So what would you recommend for people that are, they've maybe lost everything, they're going through financial, emotional distress, insecurity, if and when they came back to work?
Okay. So when you have financial distress, there are two things that you need to handle. The most important thing is the income, and we will talk within a second how you create income. And the second thing is the expenses. So you need to handle both sides of the game, the income and the expenses. Income is by order of magnitude 100 million times more important than controlling the expenses. But you need both, okay? How do you create income? How do you create income? This is probably one of the most misunderstood thing in the universe. How do you print money? Okay, so here is the story. Money, in order to, for you to have money, you actually need to care for people. But really, genuinely care for people.
That's such a great advice. You don't see that anywhere. There is no course or program that tells you the one basic lesson.
Yeah, this is really the secret. If you really care for people, if you really not care for them, now the word care for people is very misunderstood. People think that care for people mean to give them handouts. No, that's to make them criminal. The word, when I say care for people, do not mean help people without getting something back. No. The word care for people do not mean just being a slave for people. No, no, no. Care for people mean to appreciate them, to see so much good in them that you actually give them the beingness, give them the greatness, give them look at them in such a view that they can pay you for the value that you bring them. And that's what's not actually happening. You don't think they can pay you. You don't think that they will pay you because you don't think that they are worth a lot. Secretly, you don't think that they are worth a lot. Secretly. You don't think that they know. You don't think that they can. You don't think that they're able. All of that thing, I will just say remove this WhatsApp noises. Here we go. And it's gone. You don't think that. And because you don't think that, because you don't really think that they are so amazing, you don't sell them. This is really fascinating.
Definitely a whole different viewpoint.
So why don't people think that that people are amazing? You, the person, you know, okay, you know, and this is technical explanation of what's happening. So you have control of what's going on. So the person know, you cannot do anything else but to know. But in order to make things interesting for you, you decide that you don't know. You actually decide that you don't know. Okay? Mm-hmm. You decide that you don't know. So things are a surprise, things are, wow, look what happened. Where I win. If you know what the result of the game will be, you will not go to the game. So you decide that you don't know what will be the result, so you can have a result. But the truth is that you can solve anything without relying on your past or on any mechanism. You can take any situation and resolve it just because you know. Now, what's going on is, because you say that you don't know, you start to say that other people don't know also. Because if you don't know, of course, they don't know. And now it becomes a game of who knows less, by saying that you are right and they are wrong. And if they are wrong, you don't care for them anymore. They will not buy from you.
Wow. Very definitely.
That basic principle. Can you care? Can you love the other person? Now, if you do love them, if there's someone, let's say that there's someone that you really love, your child. Usually for your child, you will figure out what he needs. You'll figure out what he needs. But when you go to give it to him, you look at your child, even your child, you look at all the wrong things they've done. So you secretly don't think that he's perfect. You don't actually care for him enough to say that he's perfect. You see everything that's wrong with him, and because you see only the things that's wrong with him, what you will want to give him is not what he needs, because you think that something wrong with him, but nothing is wrong with him. So they will not buy from you, your child will not buy from you, and your customer will not buy from you. And those people that do unbelievable amount of money is because they found that in their mind, the founders, the people that running the business, thinking that people are good. Yes, they would buy from me. Yes, they need it. Yes, I can help them. Yes. If you think you can help someone, it's because he's good. Because you think that he's good. So the basic problem, can you care to your fellow man? If you can, you will see that automatically you will come up with ideas on how to come up with a product that you can help him with. And if you have something that you can help him with, and it's true something that you can help him with, you will see you'll get money. So if you don't have money, the first thing is you don't care enough for the other person. And second, because of that, you can never find the right product. And even if you have a product, it will not really help him. And that's why you will not make money.
Wow.
Let's take a restaurant. This is really a different viewpoint on money. Yes, I know.
And this is true for everybody, whether they have a business that they can't open. It doesn't really matter your circumstances, because if you care enough, you will find a way to actually help people.
I'll tell you about the story that I heard just today. Okay, I heard the story about this lady, and someone that actually met that lady. Yes, and this someone, I'm coaching her, and she told me about this story. And this lady is a very, very young lady, and she decided that she needs money because she got fired and whatever, and she decided she needs money. So she went to work in a Dunkin' Donut at a few dollars per week, per day, per hour. It's like really the lowest job possible. And she used to get much more money before in her previous job. But she went to this restaurant with the viewpoint of, I'm going to start as the lowest level, but I'm going to care so much for the customer, for the management, for my co-workers, for the chairs, for the cockroaches in the store, that I will help so much that I will be indispensable. So she started, after less than a month, she made to be the manager of the store, which by the way was the second worst store in the whole state, the second worst store. She brought that store within less than a month after that to become number one in the whole state of Florida. They moved her to another store. She made that store to become number one. And she's now only 4 months in that job. She is a top management. They move her from one store to another to make the store good. And immediately they see that the store improved. She worth her weight in gold for that company. Wow. Do you understand? She's becoming, just because she cares, and she says, she never heard me, she says, I just love the people. I love the cockroaches. I love the chairs. I care about the dust. I care about the thing. I care. That's all she's doing.
That's amazing.
She doesn't blame. She doesn't say, well, look at this place. It's dirty. Look at these people that coming here. They're not the people that where I used to work. People were very rich and nice, and here people come and they're not as rich. Most people are not as rich, and she's not looking at that. She's saying, this is people. I love them because they're people. I see the potential in them. I see the beauty in them. For me, they're perfect. For me, those chairs are perfect. She says that people will tell her, did you renovate the store? And she will say, no, we didn't renovate the store. I just renovated my eyes. Yes. That's a different viewpoint. I did not renovate the store. I renovated my eyes. You understand? That's how you create money. So number one, you make money. If you don't have enough money, you don't care enough. I know it's not nice to say. And I know you think you care. You don't. You care not according to what you say. You care according to your bank account. The only thing that says how much you care is your bank account. Because if you care, you cannot stop money from coming to you. Even if you're not Jewish. You know? If you care enough, money will glue to you. You see, if you don't have money, you have internal fights, you have some disagreements, you have this is not right and this is not right, and you in your head at least complain the whole day. Even if you smile, in your head, you find what's wrong. The formula for having money is you are perfect, and anything that is not perfect is not you. But as long as everyone is perfect, and anything they're doing that is not perfect is not them. If you have that viewpoint, money will come to you. You will not know what to do with that thing. It will be just too much. I mean, it takes a lot of time. Yes.
Definitely. So where do you, yeah, that's amazing. That is very powerful. But where do you start? How do you shift, or how do you begin to care more? Because obviously we all think we care very much.
Yeah, we all think we care very much. What you do is you become aware of every time you think some kind of a critical thought, every time you find fault, every time you think this is not okay, it's okay. You do that. Just report to yourself. That was throwing money down the drain. Just report to yourself. I just burned $1,000. Every time it's $1,000. Every thought like that, it's at least $1,000. So you report to yourself, I just burned $1,000. Just took and burn $1,000. I just have another critical thought, $1,000 more. And you just count how many thousands of dollars you burn during the day, and you will realize slowly that you actually are loved of critical thoughts throughout the day. This is not right. This is not clean. This is not this. This is not that. Instead of saying this is not clean, you can say, I want this beautiful. Instead of saying he made a mistake. Oh, he did so well, and he can do even better. The viewpoint is different. Do you understand? The
Yeah.
viewpoint should be, with everything you do, even if you have to stop a car from having an accident, you can use force. I'm not saying that everything is love, peace, and happiness. No, you can use force to stop someone or something. But the viewpoint is, I'm going to help him so much with what I'm doing with him because he deserves it.
Yeah. And not because he's wrong or because he's an idiot, because he's perfect and I'm going to make him even more perfect.
Now you will see that you will realize that if you have this viewpoint on whatever profession you are, you will become indispensable. You will see that everything will change in your life. Now, is it easy? No, it's not easy. I'll tell you straight, it's not easy. But it's much easier than the suffering that you have right now. It's much easier than living without money. Do you need to learn more things? Yes, but that will get you to move, because once you see other people once you renovated your eyes to see the good in other people, you will see that all of a sudden it will be very clear to you that from where you are, what you need to do to help and to get return for it. Because if you help and did not get return, it is not help. I know you don't believe it. I know you've been educated differently. If you help and you don't get reward for it, you are not helping. You're creating on the other side a criminal, because you give without getting something back. You turning the other side into a criminal. No question asked, 100%. And you need to realize that help do not mean give without return. Give with a return. I don't mind what is the return, but there must be a return. Before we continue, let me just say hello to Amit and Bao and Mac. Thank you. And this is the people on Facebook. There are some people that are watching us right now on Instagram, but I cannot see the chats on Instagram. So thank you for watching, and I will see later the chat. If you have any questions, please write for me a DM, a private message on Instagram. Please follow me on Instagram, Meir Ezra Official. And on Sunday, I'm going to do a free webinar. The last webinar that I've just done on last Sunday, people were beyond excited, beyond wow, beyond, like, people say that it's the best thing that happened to them ever in their life. And I'm getting messages and success stories that they never experienced something so powerful. The next webinar will be at least as powerful. It's not important if you did not see the earlier one. It will change your life. It will show you the secrets of this universe. It will teach you how to love. It will teach you how to love, how to care. And by that, it will teach you how to get money into your bank account. So super powerful. How do you register? You go to www.meirezra.com/yoga. So www.meirezra.com/yoga. And it is on Sunday, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 9 p.m. South Africa time, 10 p.m. Europe time. And I see Amit just put the link on the chat. And I see Sophie. Hi, Sophie. Oh, this is Sophie. I know Sophie for a long, long time. I met her by mistake in an airport. And we've been friends for many, many, many years. Amazing, unbelievable, beautiful lady. So thank you for joining, Sophie, from Austin. Yes.
Nice.
Okay. More questions.
The yoga seminars have been absolutely phenomenal. And I find it remarkable because you initially said there's going to be 2 or 3 webinars. And I think this is number 5 in the series in the meantime. And it shows that what you're teaching, you apply, because you care so much and you want people to really understand so they can apply it and they can use it, so that whatever difficulties or whatever challenges we face, you're there. And I can personally speak for that I've never met somebody who cared so much. I've been to a lot of seminars. I've been to a lot of webinars and bought courses, and there is nobody that cares that much. I remember it was in Florida the first time we met, and I came to your seminar, and I was not in a good shape. I was just tired all the time. I just had to ended a relationship and I didn't know where to go, what to do. And then you had those all, you gave your email address for us to email the assignment. I was like, wow, I've never had that. You go to a seminar and there's 100 people on the room and the speaker gives his personal email address, not his assistant, not the support team, his personal email address so that we can email you the assignment. So I emailed my assignment and then I got an email back from you personally saying, let's meet for coffee. I'm like, wow. And that was the best coffee ever. Totally changed my life. Because when the business started picking up, my life improved, and it's just been the most amazing journey.
Yeah, it was so nice to meet you. Very, 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 very powerful woman from the first moment. Very extremely powerful, result oriented, A to B, smart. You were so smart and you didn't see it, and it was like I was intrigued. How come you don't see it? And I think I told you.
Yeah, wow. You told me, and I thought, what does he mean? It was incredible, and I would love for other people to have similar wins, because life is very difficult if you don't know how it works, and you do this thing, and you're certain that this is gonna work, and it doesn't, and you're certain, oh, this time I figured it out. And it doesn't bring the results. On the contrary, now you have even more problems. And whether in every area, in the relationships, I had this really great gift to attract the wrong people and I was certain that I knew. But it's what you call the fake realities and how that's affecting your life. That really made all the difference, to be able to discern truth from lies and to regain the ability to know. Which actually have the ability.
Yeah, it's amazing. Fake reality is a piece of information that you're 100% sure is true, that when you use it, it doesn't bring you the expected results.
Yes, and that is why you can see, and it's me, but we've been around, I see other people that get the results. You see the success stories, and sometimes people may think that it cannot be, but it is true. Once you understand how it works, I mean, you bring results and you help us to bring results for the people that we touch and the people that we are around. So that is very, very beautiful.
Yeah. The truth is that you are so powerful, that if you would improve if you would be willing to demonstrate 1% more of your ability, or even less, 0.5% more of your ability, you would be a king. And if you would be willing to do 2%, you would be a queen. So,
so what is the first step when somebody when you want to increase my willingness, the 1%, or maybe the 2%? What do I do?
Okay, to be able to increase your willingness, you need to realize something that is easily said, totally misunderstood. But once you understand it, you will see that your willingness will grow automatically. And the one thing you need to understand is that you're not your body. You're not the physical universe. You are not your body. You don't die, your body dies. If you really totally know it, if you really get that, then you open future. Because before that what you have, you, as far as you're concerned, you have now, and even people try to tell you, yes, you need to be in the now. But to be in the now is actually so terrible, because to be in the now, it means that everything that you know is what happened before. And what happened before is just the sum of all your limitations. You don't want to be in the now. You want to create your now. It sounds small, but it's everything. If you're being in the now, you're just being there, and you are effect of your past. If you create, your present time, and time is something that goes on. It's not a moment. Present time is not a second. Actually, present time is how much future you can create. That's the definition of present time. How much future you can create. So if you can create the now, which means how much future you put there, now we're talking about. You cannot create any future if you don't know. And know has nothing to do with data. No has nothing to do with the past. No has nothing to do with reason. No has nothing to do with asking why. No, it's just no. That is a lot to know in order to know. And it's weird because the thing that you need to know, the lot of things that you need to know is all the things that you must not know or must remove or delete. So what is the process of learning? The process of learning is actually the process of removing fake realities, or process of removing the reliance on data and starting to know that you can do nothing else but know. And you will see that at that moment, you will stop being afraid because you have nothing to lose. So you are not afraid. Because what is fear? Fear is a worry about losing. Fear is you worry about losing something. That's all fear is. You understand? When you're afraid, you simply worried about losing something. So if you have nothing to lose because you create, you cannot be afraid. And if you cannot be afraid, just have a look for 1 hour. What would you do if you would not be afraid that you will not have money? What will you do if you will not be afraid that you lose your life? What will you do if you will not be afraid what other people will think about you? What would you say if you will not be afraid of the reaction of society? All of those you're afraid of, you don't actually live because you're afraid of what will you lose. And the truth is, you have nothing to lose. You can only create.
Such a bad trap.
Yes.
That idea.
Sophie's saying something. Hi, thank you, Mr. Ezra, for your kind words. Thank you for being so amazing. You are my role model. Wow. Look up to you in so many ways. Wow. I can't even describe how inspiring you are. Wow, wow, wow. Thank you, Sophie. I met Sophie, I think, altogether 3 times in my life. One in an airport, and then another time in her country when I was there. And once in, I think in Florida, she was in Florida, yes. Amazing person, unbelievable, beautiful, special, ethical, super special, really. So thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, so you address the fear that a lot of people fear. Either they're afraid or they feel depressed because they don't know what to do. What would you recommend them, how to start?
So if someone is depressed, if someone is not feeling well, the first thing before you can even come up with those ideas that you know and that you have nothing to lose, etc., the first thing that I would suggest to you is move your body. You need to report to yourself, or you need to tell the body, hey, listen, the boss is here, I'm here, and now you're going to do what I'm saying that you will do. So the boss is here is a very important message that you need to know. You see, I was teaching it in one of the last webinars, and people really like that. So you really need to realize, you need to tell your body, hey, I am the boss. The boss is here. You're going to do what I'm telling you. Why? Because up to now, the boss was the body, and you did what the body told you. You understand? It's like the tail start to hit the dog instead of, yes.
Or the car taking up with the driver instead of the driver taking control of the car.
Yes, the car driving you instead of you driving the car, yes? So you need to, first of all, realize you're the boss and the body is your slave and not the opposite. How do you do that? You start giving the body commands and you make sure he executes the command. You say, clean this place, run there, move that, do that. And you do the most simple thing. You clean, you organize, you make things beautiful. They don't need to be expensive to be beautiful, because you make them beautiful by renovating your eyes. Yes. So you renovate your eyes. How? By moving the things, by you deciding that it's there. If you decide on the position, it will become nice. When someone else decides on the position, it's not necessarily going to be nice. When the physical universe decides on the position, it's going to be ugly. So ugly mean the physical universe decide on the position of the particle. That's what ugly mean. Beautiful mean I put the position of the particles there. That's all what it means, beautiful and ugly. This is quite fascinating as a definition once you start to look at that. So all you have to do is you decide, this is the place for that. This is the place for that. You moving the things, you cleaning them. You decide dust, it's not your place here. I'm moving the dust. Dirt, it's not your place here. I'm removing you. You do that positively. And if you do that for a day, all of a sudden you will see, you will have a surge in energy. And that energy is actually you creating energy instead of you consuming energy. Because for as long as you're not the boss, you consume energy. The moment that you become the boss, you create energy. The driver put fuel into the car, and the car drink the fuel, consume the fuel. What do you want to be, the driver or the car?
The driver, for sure.
So that's what you need to do.
Powerful.
Thank you very much. Master. Thank you, my friend, Facebook user. I don't know who is the Facebook user. Write to me your name. Thank you very much. And thank you again for everyone that's watching us on YouTube, on Instagram. Thank you very much. And thank you for everyone, of course, on Facebook. And thank you.
And thank you, Meir. And thank you for sharing all these valuable lessons with us and the changes and the lives you changed. One life at a time, one family, the communities change, the countries, and altogether the world is changing, and you can see that. So that's very, very beautiful. Thank you so much.
Yeah, please join the webinar on Sunday. It will change your life. You'll see, you'll learn the secrets of the physical universe. You'll learn the secret on how we got here. You'll learn how to become caring enough that you will have so much of what you want to do, and you will not have what you don't want, where right now you have a lot of what you don't want and you have very little of what you want. The purpose of the webinar is to reverse that thing. It's called the path to you. And I'm talking about the secret of the lost Yoga Sutras, but I'm actually talking about how to find you. And this is really powerful. How do you register? You go to www.meirezra.com/yoga. It is on Sunday, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 9 p.m. South Africa time, and 10 p.m. Europe time. Last questions, Shemaya.
So what is the, let me think. So what would you mentioned some really valuable tips that you gave on how to start if you feel down, to start taking control of your environment, to put things there, to put the beauty there, what to do. The last quick question is if they're struggling with debt, because you mentioned the income and we mentioned expenses. So what can we do on the expense side, or just the debt already that have been building up?
Let's look at that, and let's look at money that you owe, okay? So when you owe money, you will have a tendency to want to pay to whoever shout the loudest. Yes? And if you do that, you will always not be able to close the gap. You will not have a handling. So the real handling for the problem of money is, of course, making much more money. And I explained earlier how. What do you do with the bills? What do you do with bills? You make a list of all the money that you own, all the money that you owe to anyone, all the money, and you write when was the due date, the first due date, okay? And you organize it by date, which means you find the oldest one and you go closer to today, okay? So you'll have a list of, let's say, 20 bills that you owe, and this one, the oldest one, and the last one is the one of today. You need to do two things. Number one, you need to see, you need to take the oldest bill and you start to pay from the oldest to the newest. That's the first rule. You pay from the oldest to the newest. Number two, that you do before number one, you get in personal contact with anyone that you owe money to, and you really understand them. You don't argue with them. You really understand what they tell you, and you tell them that you understand them, and you explain to them that whatever will happen, you will pay. And you explain to them how you're paying and why is it fair. And you tell them, look, I'm working to pay you. I'm not going to run away. I will pay you. All I need is your patience. 97.5% of the people will be super appreciative that you are in communication with them, and they just want their money back, and they'll be willing to wait. It's not a problem. 2.5% will go cuckoo, and they go cuckoo. You understand them, and you thank them for the situation, and they would say, well, but we would sue you, and then you say, I understand, but you know, I just don't have right now. I'm working on having. The moment that I'll have money, and I will have, don't misunderstand me, I will have, you will get paid. And you will see that by the time that they will do anything, you will have enough money to pay them, provided that you are in the webinars. And I'm not trying to even sell you anything because it's free, trying to really help you. Be at the webinars, you'll have enough money, and thing will be amazing. Oh, Sanford, hi. So nice to see you. Another unbelievable, wow person. Really, 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 if you want to learn, if you want to, someone that you can 100% trust, like close eyes, follow him. He's like really a different level. Someone that I met, and I became his friend in a second. The moment that I saw him, I knew this person is different. The moment that I saw him, I've been introduced to him by another person, and the moment that we met, he was so nice, so amazing. The moment that I met him, I think it was like 8 years, 9, 10 years ago. I don't even remember how long ago. But I remember we were in a business lounge. I saw him and I thought to myself, I can trust this guy. This guy is amazing. So thank you for joining. Yes.
Wow. Well, thank you. Yeah. And I can definitely say, because that's what happened for me. I mean, there's the first, probably the second seminar that I went to that I generated more sales in the 3 months after than the whole year before. And anytime it just brings the result. And it's not because you go to the seminar to make more money, because it was not even necessarily, that was what the seminar was not about sales. And yet when you change, everything changes.
Yeah.
And the webinars are so powerful in bringing the understanding, getting rid of all the fake realities that just don't bring the expected results. So thank you so much, Meir. I really want to thank you for what you're bringing and sharing your knowledge and helping us to see and helping us to understand. It's been super valuable. Greatly appreciated.
So thank you very much. Thank you for organizing. So first of all, Amit and Swapna organizing the day-to-day operation, and they are unbelievably amazing, and they're helping me in many ways. Thank you for coming up with the idea and for organizing it and making it happen. And not only making it happen, but you make it happen without even being involved. You organize it so nicely that even without being there, it's happening. So Shemaya came up with the whole idea of let's stream Facebook Live. And this is not a new idea, but what's important, she took the idea and solve all the things. She found the idea of, oh, let's take the student, interview the student. So now you have people to ask you, and how we will organize it in terms of time, and who will organize. And she organized everything. And for me, it was magic. She somehow made it happen, and all I had to do is to click connect on Zoom, and somehow it happened. Everything she did behind the scene, I don't even, she just that's how amazing she is. Something out of nothing, that's her magic. And if you have what Shemaya is really specializing in is making things go right and organizing and finding the bugs of why things not flowing as much as you want. If you need help with actually making things go right, with organizing, with increasing the speed of your operation, contact Shemaya. Shemaya, how do they contact you?
Thank you. You can email me at organize2monetize@gmail.com.
Okay, organize2monetize@gmail.com. And I promise you, I give you a guarantee. You work with her, you will see that your life will change. She will help you with all the things around how to organize, how to make this magic of something happen, especially if you are an owner of a company or you are a manager and you have too much noise and somehow everything is like you need to push everything uphill. Talk to Shemaya. She will show you how to not make it going downhill. There will not be a hill for you. It will just happen. Okay. So thank you very much. Thank you. And of course, thank you, Gali, for helping me. And thank you for everyone that watching. And please join us on Sunday, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Please share this Facebook Live, do a watch party. Make sure that you share, because really people need help. And what they can learn from this Facebook Live and on the yoga webinar, it will change everything. And if you're doing well and your friends are doing well, we can create a ripple effect. And we together can make an impact and a change in the world. And really, people need it. Your friends will thank you so much. I have friends sharing me wins. If I can still share my, like one friend, she's been struggling with an issue with this contractor for, I think it's been 18 months. And she tried everything. And she applied what Meir taught her. Like, it was in the morning, a few hours later, the contractor texted her and said, hey, can we settle? Because he sued her and she couldn't sell the house. And it became a big drama and she had no way to solve it. Yeah. After that was on a Friday, Monday, the court case closed, situation was handled. And actually the contractor took a loss because he had a lawyer that he had to pay out of pocket, but the problem was resolved. It really is magic. So please share with your friends. If you care, like Meir said, you have to care so much. Make sure you put this on your page and you tell your friends to watch this Facebook Live.
Yep. Thank you. And I know this lady, and I saw the win. She wrote it to me a few days ago, and then she shared it on the group. And this is not something unusual. Guys, every day I get endless, like probably every day I get 30, 40, 50 people that actually writing to me the wins. And there are many more that don't even write. So in every day, I'm talking every day, miracles. They actually started to call it miracles. My students started to call this thing miracles because I tell them to do something and it somehow happen, and they learn how to control the physical universe. And it seems like miracles, but it's not. It's really just miracles. So.
Yeah. But it's really cool. But what's really beautiful to see, because I've been her friend for a while, I know she had this problem and I couldn't help her. But because I cared and I got her to attend the webinar, now the problem is solved for her. So if you're a good friend, make sure you share and invite all your friends to the yoga webinar on Sunday.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you very much. Thank you for watching. Love you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Bye-bye.